left. 3 seconds left. We down two. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You already know. You already know. Rushing for three. We gon' let it go. We gon' let it go.
The Knicks win. Bang.
Yo, this a Knicks channel with a little Spurs too. What you expect family to do? And I've been told y'all what Castle was gonna do. Nah, we cover NFL boxing and some hip hop. Hit the notification so you can know when it drop.
It's your boy, man. Hardwheel in the building, man. We back with another one, man. We excited to be here. We haven't been here for a couple of days, but we back in the building. I got my co-host with me, Chris. We here. You know, we got to do shows when it's no game. It's easier for us. The games be on kind of late. It's hard to come on after the game. So we're going to try to do more shows when the Knicks aren't playing. But when the playoffs come, we're going to ramp it up. We're going to ramp it up, man. You know what I'm saying? How you been, Chris? You good?
I'm great.
Great. Good. Me
Great.
too. Okay, so we're going to discuss last game because even though we're going to talk about the playoffs and how we look, that's going to be our main conversation, right? But I want to talk about last game. Last game, I noticed. Let me look at it. I know you run the stats, but just as part of my take. I noticed, and I told you this, Chris. This was really good to see OG, Towns, Brunson, and Bridges be in double digits. I don't know if we see that often. I don't really remember. I know they probably did it before, but I don't know how often we see that, right? But the key take that I get from here is that Brunson had 13 assists and 30 points, not to mention the winning shot. So what I wanted to ask you, I'm glad I thought about that. What I wanted to ask you was, we mentioned on the show that if Brunson get his team involved, I don't know, maybe you could remember. I really can't, to be honest. But we said on the show, I said rather, because you were saying you want to see guys move the ball more, pass the basketball more, and get other guys involved. And I said, what I know guys to do is they go get the guys involved and still get their points. That was my take on it, right?
Yeah.
And now that we look, to be fair, I've noticed that Brunson have had 15 assists or 13 assists a lot since then. To be fair, if we point out what we think he do wrong, we have to point out what he do. And I've seen double digit assists a lot of games, but some games, to be fair, he didn't have 30 points. He had less points, probably in the teens. He was having like not a good game, so he was moving the rock. But when you see him have 30 and 13 assists, and then OG 22, Towns 21, and Bridges 15, why I'm mentioning
All right.
those guys in the same take is because a lot of those points is from his assists. If he got so many, see what I mean?
I do.
And now what happens is the coaches and everybody start to see that. That could start to go more into the game plan. Because look, when you see him going in his bag too much and you felt like you wanted to see some more ball movement, right? Obviously that's what was working. That's why they was doing that. Like, he's an all-star, so he was doing really well. So I'm gonna pass it to you, but I think the main point of my take is that we mentioned it, and now they kind of incorporating it in their schemes, how they play. Plus the Mitchell Robinson one, because we talked about other guys getting touches to make them play better. They implemented the alley-oop for Mitchell Robinson, and they also implemented more passing from Jalen Brunson, or like how I said, get your passing first and still go get your point. So I kind of challenged him, and he did it. What do you think about that? Because we talked about it first, and we seen how it played out.
Well, what I think about it is that we need to implement that permanently. I think. I think it's great. You know, we had a great game. It was pretty close. Knicks was 108 and Hawks was 105. And remember that
At the buzzer.
3-pointer? Yeah. I believe it was
Posted
Brunson.
it.
Yep. Who made the shot. And then the other gentleman from the other team. Sorry, guys. I do not know the names of the other teams right now. I'm studying the Knicks. So,
But you watch. You can remember the best players, though.
I
At
do.
least.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
That's
you got to
fine.
do.
He wasn't
that's
the
a
best.
start.
He just got lucky, but He wasn't the one that was turning it up. But yeah, so my point is that I feel this is great. This is a great start. Let's acknowledge that. We got to acknowledge all of the wins and all of the positives. So, what I would like to see, because I've seen it happen before, I've seen them do something like this and then we fall off the bandwagon. And it's like, what happened? Like, we need to implement this strategy permanently. Um,
I think it works by off what I told you though, Chris. Not to cut you off. About seeing it,
Elaborate
and
for
then they
me.
kind of like the coaching staff. They see it, like how we pointing it out,
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
it's
And
that
then
it
they
works. That they use it. Like that's why you see Mitchell Robinson getting alley oops. It's not just on an opinion base. It has to work
right.
for them to take out, and it worked. So that's probably why they could use it. But it changes with like matchups. You know what I mean? Like if they kind of doubling Brunson, then he have to get a ball up
True.
automatically because they doubling him.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of game to game how that'll change kind of sometime because it depends on the team scouting report. That's what it's called. The team's scouting report. Now how they coming? That means that when you got your team and you talking about the Knicks the night before, how we gonna guard Jalen Brunson? We're gonna double him or then so basically he got to make the read off of what they do. Then he got to give it up. So it can't really just be they got to do this or that all the time. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gonna change according to that, the scouting report, and then it's like, okay, I got another example. We used to say when a play, it's like a broken play, right? When a play doesn't work, what a player normally does is make a play.
Right.
You see what I mean? So that's why Brunson looks like that a lot too. We didn't think about that. He making plays off of broken plays because of how the defense, not no slide to the Knicks, because how the defense is playing. You know what I'm trying to say? To tell you,
I
like
do.
from right, and they watching footage of the
Especially,
Knicks
yep.
showing how Brunson keeps scoring here, he keeps scoring here, so they putting guys. So now those guys got to make shots. So that's probably why we see assists going up for him. They trying to stop him.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense now that you say it that way. I didn't even think
Mm-hmm.
backwards on it
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
now you know it's not just it's always more than beats the eye. That's why when you say how you feel that, but it's a good thing because people feel the same way. People want instant gratification and everything, right? Especially basketball, right? But they don't think about. So that's why I put that in there so you can see. So even when you come, you're gonna say, "Oh, but you're gonna read more of the game instead of just because now you're gonna be looking for that. Like, oh, how they playing him? It's different.
You
You
know
can't
me.
blame the players. You can't blame the players though.
No, I don't. I definitely don't. I do want to say that I felt like they were playing a little bit more scrappy, doing a lot of alley-oops, which was
Mm-hmm.
good. That was something I even saw Shamit post up some, and that was amazing to see. So, um,
What up, AD?
like you said, to your point, I said that I want to see that strategy implemented more on a more consistent basis. And I
Mm-hmm.
do, but I'm saying it to say within reason, because like you said, we have to take into account everything. But I think what I really should have said, like to speak more in depth, I was just happy to see the ball moving more.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, I was happy to see that. So that's really the highlight of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course OG, you know, the stats that you read off already. It was
Mm-hmm.
really a good game. It was close. To
It
be
was
honest with
about
you, I
that.
did not think that we were gonna win.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Why? It was a close game all the way through. Yeah, it was close all the way through.
It
The Hawks are
was.
pretty good.
Wait. Was it? Wait a second.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
check
looking at it right
that.
now. First quarter's 32,
32,
31.
31,
Yeah,
21,
see it?
26.
It's close. That's close.
It
That's like even
was.
the 28-22 is just a 3 or 2. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's still.
It was a good game.
It's anybody's game. But one thing I can tell you I'm getting out of this is Jalen Brunson. Even though, excuse me, Nickel Alexander Walker is Shea Gilgis Alexander's cousin.
Okay.
That's the kid who you was probably talking about because he had 36 points with the
Mm-hmm.
braids.
Mm-hmm.
That's his name.
Yes.
Nickel
Nikhil
Alexander
Alexander
Walker.
Walker. Yes.
Right. He's Shea Gilgis' first cousin. Like they real, so he's
Mm-hmm.
coming up this year. They say he's the first player to come from off the bench or scoring single digits to average 20
Yes.
points.
He did. Uh-huh. They said that.
So he's having a good season. But the Hawks look pretty good. But what I was gonna say is Jalen Brunson, 30 points, 13 assists. That's not easy to do. And like I pointed out, he's on the scouting report. He's his job is he's still doing it, like for real, for real. And we haven't had nobody like this, to be fair to him,
Mm-hmm.
because he's not tall. He ain't have nothing really special about him. He just going in there and give you a bunch of buckets. For real. That's not easy to do. Let's just be real. They in Atlanta, even though the Knicks got a lot of fans in Atlanta. We got to give Jalen Brunson some props for that, man. He's holding a heavy crown. He's holding a heavy crown. It's hard to hold down this mecca
Oh,
of
I
New
know.
York basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I gotta say shout out to Jalen Brunson, even though he go through his little, he ain't perfect, but he's having a great season again. And I'm just excited for the playoffs. We can move on from that game unless you have something else to say, and we could discuss the next
I
three games
don't. Well,
coming up.
what I wanted to ask you is how do you feel about tomorrow's game with,
Whew.
them against Boston?
I know that's gonna be have your popcorn. I can tell you that. That's
I
not a
know.
game that. So I watch the Knicks different. Like sometimes I don't fully pay attention, and I can admit to that. Not that I'm not watching. It depends on who they playing. To be fair,
Okay.
so this is a game where I'm gonna pay full attention to. I'm gonna be like, because this is somebody that's gonna be coming out, trying to come out of the East like we are, and if we doing good, we're gonna have to run into them guys. So this is gonna be a good example to see what they got, what we got. Where's Jason Tatum right now? Where we are right now. I think after that last game, OG Anunoby's playing some good basketball right now. Right? Brunson stays solid. Towns is like he ain't playing bad. Let's
He's
just
not.
say that.
We got to give him his
He's not.
credit.
Right.
He's doing well.
So Mitch Robinson's playing good. It's different players that's playing well. The only player I'm really hoping to get to step up in the playoffs is Bridges.
Mikhail.
If we could get him, then we have a shot. Because I see all of these guys that what they doing now, they're gonna do in the playoffs. OG, Brunson, Cat, they can stay. That's what they do in the playoffs. So I don't know how it's gonna go. We might get lucky because I don't really see no guarantee. Just like how the Knicks beat the Spurs in the Cup, that was crazy. Think about that. That you know what that mean, right, Chris? It's one game and anybody could win. I'm not saying okay, it's a 7 game series, right? But if it's a close series and we get down to that one game we need to win, anybody could win.
Right. I agree. I've seen that. I agree with that 100%. I've seen that
Right.
more than once. So my hope is that, the strategy is there. Um, Celtics play well.
Coached well. That's
Pretty
what you meant
much a
by
all
strategy?
around. What's that?
No, I was asking. That's what you meant by strategy?
Yeah,
As far as coaching?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Like
Okay.
overall, I think that they're a great team. Um, I also think that we're a great team. I feel right now, as it stands, from what we saw with the Atlanta Hawks, that
Mm-hmm.
was close, but that was good playing. Like that was good ball. My hope is to see Cat do more of what he was doing, being a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more aggressive, going in the paint. I like to see, actually I like him in the paint. I like to see
Mm-hmm.
him become aggressive because it's like now it seems like maybe he might, listen to us or listen to other podcasts where we're saying like, he needs to activate. I feel like he's and I'm not speaking from a statistical standpoint, but I feel like he is
Yeah.
trying to activate like after OG. So
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Like if that's his mentality, by all means, keep it. But I
Yeah.
just would like to see him stay, astute, which is what I did see. OG is great. You
Hmm.
know, I love my underdog guys as well, but just speaking about, what we're talking about to stay on task. I like what I can't really add nothing or take nothing away. I just want to see the coaching come together. I want to see more structure because
Hmm.
for a while I felt like we were looking sloppy.
Yeah.
And
Is that all his fault
it's
if
not.
we look?
It's not.
It's 50-50, I think. It's
Hmm.
50-50.
But
I
it's
mean, you got to give him
improving.
some slight too though, because he hasn't been there more than this season.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Brown.
I do. Remember
So
I
how
told
I
you
look at it. Go ahead.
I was telling you that
Hmm.
I was going to, rethink my outlook on that because I know in the beginning I was saying a lot of things about Mike, and
Hmm.
I definitely rethought that, he's only been there, maybe this is like his eighth month. So I think it takes,
Right.
just as a person that's in leadership as well, I think it takes you about a year, especially when you're inheriting something. You need to look at it
Yeah.
and, figure out who's good at what, identify strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. So I think we're doing that. I just want to see it, and of course we all do as Knicks fans. We want to see it go all the way. And but right now from the game that I saw, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. We had a couple of, misses, but I think Cat had like two 3-point misses. I'm sure. And but that's just basketball.
I
So
think Cat gotta basically. It's only one basketball. I told you this
yep,
before. So
yep.
the problem is guys don't know how to go and help the team other ways besides what you're mentioning, right?
Mhm.
So if it's only one basketball, if you scoring, I should be trying to rebound, put my energy into
Excuse
something
me.
else. And that's a problem I think with the team to me because it's too much not watching, but if you're not doing scoring tonight, show up somewhere else. That's how I look at it. And as far as with Mike Brown, when I listen to you, the best way to put it when somebody's new and they still doing a great job, you just say he doing good to just get here, and he is. And so when people try to critique him, I just say, hold on, you're supposed to give somebody a certain amount of time anyway, but we don't care about that in New York, right? Granted, I get that, but considering he's just got here and what we're doing, he got a cup and he a new coach. Is the Knicks are playing under his tutelage already? Pretty good, pretty good so far. So I mean, we get to the playoffs is the real test. To be fair, it's the real test.
Yeah, that
You're
is the
gonna
real
see
test.
you're gonna see mistakes, but we don't really know who fault it is. We don't know if it's a broken play. It's all those
Mhm.
different variants of
Mhm.
what could happen. But once we know that, we break it down that way. We like, well, even if you see it a way, and I might think of one of those angles and then help us figure out what we see because all of it's connected. You know, just like I got a great one for you. Man, we talked about the defense,
Yes.
how you wanted more aggression, but it's like we don't have wing defenders. That's a better way to put it in basketball sense. A wing defender is somebody cool. You got the ball, you got a crazy crossover, boom, you hit me with it. You ain't gonna go by me. I could keep up with you. I don't see too many of those on our team. They said OG was our defender and Bridges was supposed to be, and I don't. I see their feet moving too slow to
Mhm.
keep up with. And the NBA got a lot of young, fast talent. The young guys are actually taking over the NBA, and we're gonna do a show about it because I'm tired of thinking about it. Like how I'm a wait. I'm a wait. No, no. Why you laugh? I'm a wait. I'm a wait until I don't even want to say that because then I'm kind of putting the jinx on my fucking team. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just wait because I got a great topic. Don't laugh, Chris. I got a great topic, and I ain't gonna care how nobody feel about it. I'm a Knicks fan too. I can feel how I want. I'm gonna give it though. I'm gonna break it down because I just think the young guys are taking over the league. And when you put in Brunson and Bridges in them college years plus their NBA years, it's a big separation from guys in the NBA that's already doing something in the NBA. from 1 year in college already. But I'm not going in depth in that because we're gonna move on. Okay, you can say something.
Okay,
Go
I just
ahead.
want to ask you one thing. With you saying
Sure.
that, and we don't have to
Yeah.
get into it, like you said,
Right.
but do
Right.
you
Right.
feel like because these gentlemen spent some time in college and then came to the NBA that they came in by default a little bit on the older side? Is that what you're saying?
I
Is
don't
that
want to
like
say
what you're
that.
setting up
I want
to say?
not really that. And it's something. It's a little bit of that, but it's more
Okay.
of when you in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about when they wasn't paying NIL,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
I'm gonna just ask you. You an athlete in college, and they not giving you NIL. Would you want to stay there? No, I'm just no. It's a simple. I'm just showing you. It's like
No.
I was telling my boy this. I said, look, it's two things: your dream and your bag. You get your mother the house, everything. So when these guys was leaving college to go to the NBA, that was the excuse all the time. I told you, especially with Allen Iverson and Thompson, his coach from Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
He was a black guy. He took a chance on Iverson. His mother begged him, please, because he was coming from jail. He didn't want to take him. He loved Iverson. You know what he did? He went to Iverson. He said, go. He said, they want you now. And I don't know if you may never get this opportunity again.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yep,
He could
I
have been
do.
like, no, stay with me. Let's get another one or let's do this. He let him go.
You let him
And
go.
Iverson went to the NBA and crossed up Mike. So that's the example that I'm trying to show you. These one and dones. You got kids who came out of programs like Overtime Elite or high school type thing programs and are in the NBA. And not saying that they are better than these guys, but they only
Mm-hmm.
been in the NBA for a couple of years. So
Right.
when you
We have
add
to.
on 4 years from them, and then
Mm-hmm.
the other 3 years from college, because these guys didn't go to college. So you was playing against guys in college that couldn't go to the NBA neither, or you seen a couple one and dones come by, but then they left you in college again for 3 years. So that's just a little bit.
You
That's
going
just
in? Okay.
no. I'm
But you
explaining. You asked.
right.
See now you wrong.
No, no, no.
You.
You right.
Because I said
No,
why I
I'm
didn't want to
just
do it right now. I'm
you
gonna do
that,
it when it make more sense.
and that's all I'm
Because right
holding you
now
to.
I'm riding with my team. I'm fan, and I was just giving him props on what he's doing is very hard to do. But we're gonna need some young talent. That's all I was getting to in a segue. Not saying
I
I want to
understand where you was
change.
getting to.
I disagree with Stephen A. a little bit about if you're gonna take less money, then put the money in somebody's hand who could say, "Get out the way. I'm going to give you a bucket." The same way you could do. So if you take 200 instead of 300 mil, and you want them to give me the rest, you gonna give it to somebody that could go get a bucket. And I think, no disrespect, but I'm gonna just keep it real. I think Mikal Bridges with this little fadeaway shit and the shit that he be doing, it don't really look like you could go and get a bucket because you kind of fading away. Bucket getters is going to the rim. You see these young guys going to the rim.
I do.
All right, we gonna move on because
Okay, okay, okay.
I don't wanna put no nothing bad on them. So what you think about Boston game? You didn't give your take. I gave my take. You think we gonna win that game? You did say you like the way. My bad. You did say you like the way their team is structured.
Uh-huh.
I got a question for you about this. I don't want to forget. Listen,
Hmm.
who you think got a better team, Boston or the Knicks?
You really
Like
want me
when
to
you
answer
look at
that?
their roster. No, I'm just saying like because it's not a trick question. Hold on,
Mm.
I'm gonna get to you, Hood TMZ. I seen you put that. We gonna get to
Yeah,
that.
I see
But
that too.
yeah, we seen you. Give us a second. But this the thing. Boston don't have a better roster than us, to me. But then again, you got to judge Tatum and Brown different. Cause okay, if you say Brown, Brunson,
Hmm.
then you go Tatum and who? OG? I don't know. I like OG, but he ain't no Tatum. I'm sorry. I'll take Tatum over OG. I don't care how long you been a Nick. You gotta keep it
I
real sometime.
I think I share that sentiment.
But
And
we would have to see how Tatum looked first to be fair to our team. He got hurt, so I'm not sure how he looked post healing,
yeah,
right? But
right.
we just not count plays. One thing I'm gonna say is Boston don't look to me off the top of my head that they
Hmm.
have a better roster, right? But this is why I'm bringing this up. This is why Boston can be a better team. And remember, I told you that a team that has less talent will be more suitable because they used to playing that more type of role. So they're gonna hustle more on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think you're supposed to get more shots, you slacking in other areas. So if you had a player who's worth 10 million, reference to 100 million, you could get the same thing.
True.
What we getting, I'm saying, because I'm looking like, hold on, this ain't worth what we paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm. We
think
was talking about
because
that. Yeah.
right, if you can't just give me a bucket, then I have to see elite defense or elite passing ability, assists being created on a regular. That's how I look at it. If I don't, then what did I buy? Shout out to my guy Dana. What's good, D? And let's get to. He said go. I'm glad Hood TMZ said this though. I ain't
Me
gonna
too.
front. That's why I
Me
said.
too.
But
Go
hold on.
get
But hold on.
Giannis.
Do you have a take on what I just said? Because I said something. I know you thought about something. Do you have a take on that? Because that shit was real right there. Like
It
I'm not really
was.
comparing players, but I wanted you to look at how Boston could have less value players, right? And that'll
Mm-hmm.
make their team look better than ours. That's what I'm saying. Because a guy be like, yo, I want to shoot more, bro. I ain't come here just to be I mean, allegedly. Let's say that.
What I'm what I'm
Because
saying
I love the
without
Knicks.
saying is that I think the same way. I think right now at this point that
Mm-hmm.
Boston plays a little bit more scrappier than the
Than we
Knicks.
do. Ooh.
So that's my concern for the exact attribute that you named.
Maybe it's
So
because of that. Right, right. I think so.
that's my take.
And those
It's
guys are
just
more
so
hungry
happens
too.
they are. It's just that you and I share that. But when I sit back and I think about it, and I saw it pop up on my schedule and I wrote it down, I'm like, like it's not that I don't think that the Knicks are capable. The Knicks are capable of getting the chip, right? But
This year, you think? I want to ask you, like, for real, like you. I mean, I did say earlier
yeah, this
anything could
year.
happen because that's how it go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know, and then somebody, right? So like, do you think this year? Then you saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Mm,
so. I'm still doing my
I don't
research
know.
and
I don't
putting
know.
things to
I'll be fair. I really can't say. I want
well,
us to win.
I'll
I don't
say
want to
I
say no.
want. And I think we
No,
all
I don't.
want.
I don't think that's a fair statement. You have to say, do you think we can or you think we can't?
I think we can. I
Okay,
think we
stand.
can.
Say it with your chest, then, man.
I'm saying it with my chest. This is
All
my
right, let's
third time
answer this.
saying it.
All right, let's answer this. Go get Giannis. You think that's before somebody else get him? I think we do need Giannis. To be fair, can we afford him? Do we got to give him a bunch of
Now
players?
that's the thing.
I would say,
Can we
I
afford
would
him?
say, pack all them niggas up. Pack them
Wait,
niggas up.
what? What?
Pack them niggas.
Wait,
Pack
wait,
them
wait. You
niggas up
said
for
pack
Giannis,
them
Chris.
up?
Pack them.
Pack who up?
Put. You don't want me to get the name of who to pack up for Giannis. I will pack up a lot of them niggas for
No, I
Giannis.
do. I actually
I'm
inquiring
keeping it
minds want to
real.
know.
I don't care how nobody feel about that. If we don't win, pack them up for Giannis.
Ooh.
I'll take. You
Do
see
you
what he
do you
said?
see what he
Trade
said?
Towns and
He said
OG. I
Townsend
would take that.
OG.
I would do it. You know why? Because you gotta give Milwaukee something that they're gonna make them want to do the trade. You see what I'm saying? They're not just gonna take anything for Giannis, so we're gonna have to put something like what Hood TMZ is saying.
Yeah.
Knicks have a better team, but Boston. See what Dana's saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
Pop brother, Chris. That's Pop brother.
Oh, yes, I know Dana.
Right. Knicks have a better team, but Boston players are better at the road. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's why he said earlier facts, bro. But that's what I was trying to break down to you. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
people give credit for teams, right? For going to spend money on and get players. But my thing is, if these players ain't really like them guys, then you're supposed to get players that we don't really know or that's on the come up. Like how the Hawks got that kid we just mentioned last night, Shea Alex Gill, the cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shea Gill cousin. He's killing. I want to see my team make moves like that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like
I do.
it's like oh, they knew about him and we didn't. It's just like how the Spurs, they got players coming from like over there with Wimby already. This kid in high school.
Which
You see
one?
what it's another kid that the Spurs is looking at that come from like over there, like where Wimby and them come from. That's what I'm saying. He's in high school. So it's like, they watch kids early because they
Mm-hmm.
overseas. They
Mm-hmm.
from different places. And when you from overseas, you don't go to high school. You know that, right? Like Luke and them went to a basketball academy where they teach them how to read. That's why those guys been playing basketball since like seventh grade, sixth grade,
Mm-hmm.
professional. I mean, maybe not really professional, but it's like a junior thing. But they don't go to school. Like Porzingis, Luca, they play ball like that, so it's different. So they taking those guys over us because those guys are more into basketball. Because guys in the states are getting failed off. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They actually line it up for them to be basketball players through their program.
Yeah.
They teach them how to read and stuff, but they're playing in leagues in like junior high, like young
At a
kids.
very young age. Yeah, I knew
So
that
that's
about
the
Luca.
difference. And when I was at the draft, right? Let me tell you this
Mm-hmm.
story. I was at this draft at the dinner, and I was at the table with everybody, and the commissioner he said, look around. It used to be 5% to make it. It's even less. He said, because we getting players all over. So when I looked around, I said, yo, it's only like 6 people at these tables from the States. Steph, a couple other kids. The rest of them kids was all from all over the place. So I said, they taking over the NBA. They are. The Luka Doncic, the Wimby, even Shay's from Canada. Those places, those countries have different upbringing for basketball.
Yeah.
Even when we was young, they failed us off. They did all type of stuff. It would have been a lot of players that would have went somewhere. In those places, they're not failing you off. They show you how to read and they teaching you how to play better basketball, how to do your math. But they teaching you the correct way because they know you're gonna be a star in basketball. You don't need to be over taught in all them other things because you're gonna have an accountant. You're gonna have, you know what I mean? So it's like the states is behind. Because when
Mm-hmm.
you look at how all these foreigners are taking over now, then that means they system work. The NBA is paying them guys more. So I know we didn't come in for that, but you know what though? We gotta start remembering certain stuff that we get into off of a freestyle that seem interesting. We could just do a show off that. And I think even that we just was talking about showing how these guys overseas module versus the states module, even though
Mm-hmm.
now they have OTE where one of the Thompson twins actually came from. He didn't go to high
Mm-hmm.
school. So they have things now because they're trying to catch up, basically. And the NBA actually drafting from the places in the states like OTE now because they realize how out of the country is doing this. Like I said, remember what stuff we touch on that's dope that we didn't come on the show to discuss so we could actually really get in depth about those conversations. Because sometimes it go besides the Knicks just on examples and sometimes we touch great conversation. Just keep a you know overseas players young right. That's what I'm saying. And that basically, like I said, hood teams they wasn't getting failed off, and they wasn't going through all the stuff that a lot of players here went through. A lot of players got jammed up for taking money from colleges, and their mother needed money to eat, or their brother, or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like it was a catch-22. But people don't go far back enough to see why it was like that. Think about it. Why you think all them years the colleges got all that money and now they want to start paying players to play in college now? Because they got fat already. And not only that, this is a point, and I'm going to change the subject after this. They doing that because they notice the NBA is taking more kids from overseas now. So they saying that the states kids going to have to stay in college longer. So we going to make more money off of them anyway. You get it? So we might as well
Absolutely.
get them. So we might as well get them a little something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. They knew
Works for
how
the
the game was
team.
changing now and how
Yeah.
all these organizations is coming along. All right, I'm glad we took
That's
up
what I meant to
time
say, the
talking about
organization.
other things. Yeah, guys, what you got to say about that, Chris? What you think? I know you got a little something to say on that. You don't got to go crazy if you don't want, but I know you think something about that because the kids don't have the same opportunity.
You're right. That was really what I was gonna think about.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember the gentleman that got jammed up like in 2022. His name is Marhold. He got
I'm
jammed up
familiar.
in a situation. He was great. He's actually my nephew by marriage.
Okay.
He got jammed up with Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star.
Yeah, you probably
What they
not
was
gonna know
doing?
who that is. So
What they
Jeffree
was doing?
Star, they was having a relationship, and the gentleman was
Oh,
remember
oh,
that?
I think I know what you're talking about now. You talking
Yeah,
about that? Oh,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah.
pause.
So uh, the situation was
I'm just messing with you. I
he
want to
was
hear it now.
actually yeah. He was playing. I'm paraphrasing, so everything may not be
Yeah.
100% accurate, but and it was like a controversial situation because it was in the family, but
Hmm.
he was playing in France, had a wife in France and a
Hmm.
child, but the reason why the opportunity for the NBA was not there for him was because of what you were just saying about how our modules are different from the in the United States versus like other countries.
Hmm.
So he went to, let's say, Syracuse, right? And like
Hmm.
was not passing his grades and got jammed up with that situation and then just got shipped off overseas. Took the
Right.
opportunity, did very well,
Hmm.
and then was just going back and forth, and you know it I don't know how it's going for him now, but I know just from
Yeah.
one little indiscretion, his NBA option was taken away from him when he
Gone.
was,
Yeah.
he was good enough to go, but and like I said, he had a sustainable career in France. But unfortunately, we will never know him by that. We won't ever talk about how great he is in basketball because he was involved in scandal. And this is my but yeah. So I
He was
agree.
good though.
He
He
was.
was good. If he
He
went
was good.
overseas and continued to play, that proves it.
Yep.
That's just the point. It's politics with the game.
It
You
is.
know.
It is. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's something that I would like to really look into and think
Right.
about more, since you said it, because I definitely wasn't thinking on that
Yeah.
level. So
Right.
thank you for that
Yeah.
take.
Nah. Nah. Though it's deep. And like I said, I was at the draft when they said that.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from the commissioner. And you look around and you see it yourself. And then you look in the NBA, look at the names, look at the players, see where they from. Like I said, that's a dope conversation. We're gonna have to spend a block on that one because a lot of people don't really know. I think we need to get some footage of those players with it, how it look over there. Like he said, they play against grown men.
Mm-hmm.
It's real,
He's right.
and I
Yeah.
think the city, not just the city, the states got to get more up to speed on that. Not just OTE. I think they are though. I'm gonna do some more research on this when we talk about it next time. All
Okay.
right, that was dope conversation about that. Let's
Would
move
you like
right
for me to give
along.
the stats for the last game for?
For the Boston, sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. I'm sorry for the Hawks versus the Knicks.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
It's okay. Hawks is tomorrow.
Hawks. Boston's tomorrow. See, now you messed up. You tried to call me out. You said Hawks tomorrow.
Boston tomorrow. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all.
Right? See, you was
My bad.
correcting me.
My bad.
You
Look at
wanted to
that. Trying to
correct
make a
me so bad.
correction
See that bad.
and
That's okay. I'm
fumbled
here to
yourself.
correct you back. That's all right.
Well, thank you.
Give,
Thank you kindly for that.
give your stats, Chris. Stats.
Okay. Okay. So in field goals, New York Knicks was 42 4 84 at 50%. And Hawks were 38 4 95, which is 40%. In three pointers, 11 for 33, Knicks 33%. Hawks 16 for 42, 38%. Free throws 13 for 17, Knicks 76%. 13 for 17, 76% for Hawks. Knicks 51 rebounds, Hawks 58 rebounds, 12 offensive rebounds for the New York Knicks, 19 for the Hawks, 29 assists for New York Knicks, 23 for the Hawks, 9 steals for the New York Knicks, 7 steals for the Hawks, 7 blocks, 7 blocks for Knicks, 4 for Atlanta, 17 turnovers for Knicks, 15 for Hawks, 52 points in the paint for New York Knicks, 34 for the Hawks, 11 second chance points for New York Knicks, 13 for the Hawks, 12 fast break points, and 9 for Atlanta Hawks. So 11, 12 break fast
Go,
break
go.
points.
Let them niggas know, man.
I messed up. I'm sorry.
Get the last part right. That's all right. You got tongue
21.
tied.
I did 21
Yeah.
for New York Knicks
Mm-hmm.
points off turnovers and
There you go.
15 for the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, that was perfect. See,
Definitely real.
it's got it. It's a swag. You get it. Good job. Hold on, I gotta give you some of these too. Good job.
Oh, that was a. I
You,
was about to say that was a little
you
bit.
did. I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. Now, good job. Good job.
Thank
Great
you.
job. All right, moving right along. What do we got going on? So the next game. Oh, that's what I want to talk about before we get out of here. We got 20 minutes anyway. Why do the Knicks got 3 games back to back at the end of the season? And I don't know. I think we do need the games too. That's a good thing to look at. Right now, we're saying we're gonna play the Raptors.
Hmm.
Is it gonna stay that way? To be honest, I'm not really sure, you guys. So what I'll do is on the next show we coming on before the playoffs start, I'll let you know for sure because that's something I know you guys want to know for sure. So next show we'll do a real playoff breakdown of the matchups. You know, do we think the Knicks could beat the first opponent? We'll break down both teams. You know, we're gonna say we think we can win because we Knicks fans. So, but still, we gotta say, give credit to the opponents, especially Toronto. Toronto. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, Toronto. Toronto got a good team, and we play against Andre Barrett and quickly. Those guys was on our team. They going to you know how that go. It's gonna be a good game if we play against the Raptors. So next
Hmm.
show, we'll do a show to make sure we see how the playoff bracket is gonna go. Knicks got 3 games in a row. So, some teams may not be playing their main players. It depends on where they sit in the standings. So we just have to pay close attention. But I'm excited. The playoffs is here. It's no better time of the year when the playoffs is here, right after March Madness.
Are you
No
excited
better time
for?
of the year.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Are you
No, I was
excited
finished.
for the Charlotte Hornets?
Why would you say that? Because I brought
Because
them up.
no.
I'm
I'm
a
just
basketball fanatic.
no.
I'm a
Listen to
fanatic.
me. Listen to me.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm only speaking. I'm only saying this in reference to what happened to us last time. And listen, every game is different, and I know that. But
Hmm.
that was the first game that I got really salty about Knicks versus the
We don't want to.
Hornets.
We don't want to
And
play them
that
in the playoffs.
team, we don't. And you were saying that,
Let
you were
somebody else beat
mentioning
them.
that. Um, but I was just saying that because, that team is a young team, the Charlotte
I
Hornets.
don't. I don't want to play them. I'm keeping it real with you.
I don't
And,
either.
and and I am excited to watch them in the playoffs because I don't only watch the Knicks, and I'm excited to see young teams go up against each other.
Well, I'm
Because
just
when I
saying
see
that's our third
Lamelo
game.
Ball and Miller, and then they got the other guy, Knipple, whatever his name is,
Hmm.
hitting the threes. I like Charlotte. I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna be a Charlotte fan. See, I've never been the type of person like a lot of New Yorkers. They or younger kids maybe. They follow players to where they go. So
Hmm.
if they play and leave their team, they go wherever he go. I said I could never do. I'ma just stay a fan of my team. So I'm just staying here. If you go, I wish you the best wherever you go. But I'm still a Knick fan, bro. I can't do all that. It's crazy. It's nasty work out here. And then they want to act like they don't do it when the Knicks win. They all, yeah, yeah, we did it. Man, you ain't stay with us when we was losing, bro.
Yeah, pack
Stop.
y'all up.
Pack y'all up. Y'all ain't real Knick fans. I'm sorry. The real Knick fans, we struggled. And we still was acting like we was doing something. Now we doing something for real. It feel good. That's why I say we can't be so hard on the team knowing we came from that and now we here where we actually think in our mind we have a chance. I ask you, do we have a chance? You say, yeah. So if you could actually say that on your podcast, that
Hmm.
shit must be realistic. That's why I'm like, I don't know. And I'm not saying you wrong because they do have a chance. That's why I said early in the show, it could be like game 7. Brunson hit a game winner just like he did the
Right.
other
But
night.
I mean, if you look at the optics from a longer scope or a longer spectrum,
Hmm.
like it could
Yeah.
happen. It could. Um,
What's
a
your
lot.
scope then? Because I don't see the longer scope because I see too many. Um. To be fair, I can only go off the last game,
Okay, I'm
and
not
if
going
they
off the
do
last game.
well, no, I have to look. Cause look, let me tell you why I say I'm going off the last game
Hmm.
because they got 3 games coming up, right? They have to get a momentum to go into the playoffs. You see?
Correct.
So
Hmm.
if we win all these games, that could mean a lot because you
Definitely.
figuring something out if you winning, if you keep winning, and these games is important because we could go
Yeah.
into the playoffs with momentum. It's momentum.
And it increases
So
the morale of the team. So
right.
in that
You said
same,
what? You said what? And what? And what?
it increases morale.
Ah, okay.
So in that, staying on that spectrum, because that's where I was going.
No, that was a good take. It does. It does. Because we talked about it earlier when we said guys that like to get the ball that don't he get him a
Hmm.
touch, throw him a oop. He gonna get blocks now. He gonna get more rebounds.
It
It's
does.
true. It
So
lifts the morale.
right. What I was gonna say is essentially what you just said. If we win those 3 games, or even if we win 2 out of 3, right?
Hmm.
Morale is increased, right? And then I think about, okay, we got Mike Brown. Let's see how he strategizes and how he utilizes the players. I
Hmm.
think I think I no, I don't think. I would like, and I know
Hmm.
a lot of people give me flack for this, but I would
So
like to
what?
see some of the people on the bench be utilized a little bit more. I'm not saying that they have to turn into starters, but I'm saying that they should be utilized a little bit more.
Well,
We
I
know
hate
that
to give you the
Tyler,
bad news. I hate to give you the bad news. They're not gonna get more minutes in the playoffs.
I'm not, no, no, no,
I
no.
just.
I'm not,
But this is where we going. So I just had to tell you that so I
right,
could just let you know you won't see more
not
right now unless somebody get hurt.
right. So I guess maybe I have like a kind of like a wishful thinking mindset with that.
You just love out you love Jose Alvarado. You trying to get him some more
I said
minutes.
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Oh,
I said
Kolick. That's
Tyler.
my boy. That's my
Kolick
boy.
is my, I love
He
Kolick.
was at Marquette. He was at Marquette when Steph was at UConn. So you
Okay.
know Marquette play
Yes.
UConn. And
Yes.
when I
Yes.
was at the
Yes.
draft, he was sitting right next to me. And his coach
Okay.
was right behind me. So when I told him who I was, we was talking all that. And he was like, he was
He's
kind of
really
mad that
cool. He was talking to
he was mad.
somebody.
He was
He was
mad that he
upset.
fell so. Not that he went to the Knicks. He did not expect to be waiting so long to get picked because remember he was the Big East Player of the Year or something like that the
Yes.
year
Yes.
before.
I just learned that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He had an injury though, and came
Mm.
back. But he's a really good player. He's gonna stay at
Yes.
Nick. Yeah, it's just too early for him to get run like you want on the
Yeah.
Knicks
Yeah.
right now. But he's a good bench piece, and we got to see how they're gonna play Deuce and everybody together because they just bringing Deuce back into the fold because he's
Right.
probably on a minute restriction. So Jose Alvarado minutes will constantly shrink
Mm-hmm.
as Deuce comes back.
Right.
But what I can say is Jose may get decent minutes because he hustles, and in playoffs he steps up too on defense. He's sneaky. He sneaks behind. He steals the ball. He passes it out. So he may do a lot of stuff to help us in the playoffs that we haven't had. And I
In the
like Jose
past.
Alvarado.
Yeah. I like him too.
No, yeah, we never had what he brings
Mm-hmm.
on this team. I don't remember the last time they got a player like that. He's not the tallest. He's not. He don't jump off the roster, but he's gonna hustle. He's gonna make the smart play, which is like the other night I'm watching the Spurs. Spurs in a close game. Fox on a fast break. Vassell is coming down. All he had to do was go bounce pass or just throw it to his hand. He tried to throw an alley oop. The Spurs wound up going to overtime and lost the game. Denver was at home and they was trying to come back. So if they would have made that layup, they would have won. But Fox said like this. So the reason why I'm using that as an example, Chris, because Jose Alvarado ain't gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna get a ball right to where that guy could just make the layup. That's why when he go to the hole, he making simple. He and that's what you need. A guy
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna just make the simple play, simple pass, and get the job done.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. And he's gritty. He's gritty. I love grit. Any Nick player, I say if you got grit, you epitome what a Nick is to me. So he go on that list for his grit and his hustle. So I do like him. I just be messing with you because I know. I didn't know you was talking about Kolick though. All right, so next game after that we could talk about. We got 10 minutes anyway, right? Quick show too. That's dope. I
Yep.
like when it
Yep.
go quick. Great conversation. Okay, we got Boston and oh, see, it's like we're gonna talk about that too. And I mentioned how the NBA has something against the Knicks. I really believe that. Like you see our schedule. We got
Yes, I
it's
do.
true. You go back into history, they don't they do us bad. They giving us this crazy. Boston, then Toronto.
Yep. Then Charlotte Hornets. That's what I was trying to say.
I heard you, but I didn't understand what you meant.
That's what I was trying to say.
My bad. You right. But we at home though. But that don't really matter because
Mm-mm.
everybody play on the garden floor like it's their home because they be so hyped to be in the Mecca. So that's gonna be a tough one. But I'm excited. That's on Sunday. That's a popcorn game. That's a popcorn game. I should see.
Celtics is too.
Hmm. That's probably the last game for the playoffs. That would be
Mm-hmm.
dope. Let me see something. It is. That's a 6 o'clock Sunday game.
Yep, that's a Sunday game.
All right, so I guess we have to talk about that. That's the last game. So I know you don't like what they did to us. It's gonna be a good game. But I'll tell you this. The 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 competition for right now could help us. But I don't know if these teams no, I think they playing because they Charlotte is lower on the standings. So I know I'm just happy we don't need the games to be honest about it. I'm not
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pressed about feeling like, oh, we need the game because we already in the playoffs. We not in the playing no matter what. Lowest we could be is the last seed before the playoffs. So I'm not really pressed about win or lose. I just know after that game, it's up. It's up. It's like, you turn your volume up in your car or use ever. That's how the playoffs is. It's like I'm sitting there, I got my drinks, my food, everything. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you, playoff time is up. And we doing so many shows, you guys. So pull up. We know you guys love playoff basketball. We here. We coming. We're gonna break down the game. We have to go after the game too. So, but the good
Mm-hmm.
part about the playoffs is gonna be at times that we'll be able to go on after the game. If not, worst case scenario, we're going the next day before they play again for sure. And we don't even got to talk about that Charlotte game because there's not really much to say after what they did to us last game. Let's just hope we get some get back. And like I said, it don't really matter if we win or lose.
I'm
It
here for the
don't.
get
I
back.
want the now I want the momentum though because we need that. The get back. Yeah, I think the Knicks might want the get back. I think they on the type of time you on. To be fair, because they didn't like that. They didn't like how they beat them like that. So I
Yeah.
think the Knicks on that type of time. But
Tore
Sunday
them
games
up.
is rough, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday game is rough though.
Yeah, you were telling me.
6 o'clock game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how the Knicks gonna do, but if they know Charlotte cooked them like that, they might just come to play. So I hope they do. I know the playoffs is gonna be different, so I'm not really worried about these last 3 games. I'm more knowing I'm glad let those go by. That's Sunday, so that means after the weekend, prepare for the
Now we
games.
locked in.
Right, right, perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we started, we put in enough episodes, you know, throughout the season, and we didn't even think about that, but we still did it. We still worked. So now we're gonna ramp it up, and we'll be locked in because we're gonna be used to doing shows like that, and we'll continue. And that's it. That's really all that I got on the Charlotte Knicks game. Um, like I said, I want the Knicks to win as many of these games as possible to try to get some momentum. But if they don't, I'm not gonna really worry about it. I think the team is good. So when a team play better than they were playing, you got to look at it like that. Like we're not playing bad. You could lose in basketball, but think about them elevating their game higher. Like how high Brunson gonna go? Is he gonna be scoring 40 in the playoffs? It's gonna be crazy.
That's what we
And
would
if
want to
Bridges
see.
wake up, he
Yeah,
might.
right. So like let's say on the other side, if they lose
Mhm.
all three of the games, like what if, that's beneficial? Like, cause we can look at it as if, or maybe he's just saying saving his I don't know, like he's saving
Now if he
himself
play, he gotta
for
play. Now if
I
he play,
know,
he gotta play.
but like
They might not let him play.
hypothetically,
No, in reference
right.
to what
That's
you
that's
saying,
also another
Chris.
thing.
They
They may
right.
not.
Right.
So
That part. Not to him going out there and just be out there, but he may not play.
uh-huh. Yep.
So
say that.
because we don't care about that stuff. We don't want him to get hurt a game before the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's why I say it don't really matter. And I mentioned it. Some guys may not play on both teams.
Hmm.
The team that may need to play their players because they still in a position where they can fall
Right.
lower in the
Uh huh.
standings,
Hmm.
and then that's the only thing.
So it's
Which
exciting for
Charlotte might have
me,
to.
right? Because I might get the chance to see some of my guys come off the bench, which is always exciting for me. I root for the
True.
underdogs, so you know,
Right. And you back for the playoffs. So I think like you gotta understand, doing a pod for this and you
hmm
come in, you did perfect timing because now the playoffs. And then however it go, win or lose, we know we could look at where we are and what moves they need to make. This is why the podcast in the Nick world and certain worlds they continue because the Knicks gonna be looking to see what they need if they don't win. You know what I mean? This summer league. So the good part about it is to cover in the playoffs and to be a fan and to see what we could do. That's what I'm excited about. And then
yeah,
to look at it and see what we need to do, maybe what they're gonna do. We always build a conversation off of the games. You know what I mean? What Brunson gonna do, what Cat gonna do. To me, that's all exciting. Because it creates a dialogue, and then as a fan, you like, damn, we could win it, and it just builds the hype, and then all the fans start to gravitate. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's playoffs. They like, okay, now it's time. Let's go check out the podcast, and let's go everybody. So
hmm
I'm gonna put it on my Facebook too. So I got back in my Facebook, so I'm gonna put it on my timeline for next show and Twitter. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create the Twitters and stuff while you do the other thing. But we about to get up out of here. It's getting a little late anyway. Great show, Chris. You got anything you want to say before we get up out of here? I mean, I think we covered pretty well. The game was the other night, so we still had a nice conversation.
we did. I'm just always gonna be here to say like and subscribe if you've made it
Right.
this far. We appreciate the love. Will has been in this spot for a while, especially me. I appreciate the support that you guys show me, like even on
Yeah,
my
they like
page and
they
stuff
like
like
Miss
that.
Stats. You seen somebody wrote Miss
I did,
Stats?
I did, I did, I did. So, I know that you guys are looking at me thinking about
You in
what can
these
she
streets.
do? What can she do? I'm here to do it all. So, still learning, still a student, absorbing
Nah, you know
everything.
the best part? They're gonna watch your growth. Just like they watch mine when they go watch the old show, see where I am now. It's gonna say that's dope about doing it. They're gonna
But
go back, see where you are now.
I feel fantastic though.
That's good.
Like
You has to.
it's a great
You
place
got
to
the
be in.
glow. Remember the glow from my man had the glow?
The Last
You got
Dragon. So you can see my aura.
you g- you got the glow. You got the aura out. Oh.
Oh.
Yo. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. We gonna clip this up. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna clip up the stat part. I'm definitely clipping up the stat part. Couple other clips I want to make. Thanks for pulling up. Share the show if you like. Um, the rewatch gang. Any comments you leave, I get back to you. You know your boy. And be safe, man. We see y'all soon. Tomorrow's a game, so we won't be on tomorrow. But Friday, we be back. Right, Chris?
Comprende.
Okay, cool. All right, we out of here. Ah, peace. Be safe, y'all. One.